So I'm Caroline Furrier. I'm the PAUSD board representative.
So we're mostly here today because Verde Magazine, last issue, we released an editorial titled ASB School Board Representative Should Be an Elected Position, where we said that, as a staff, we agreed that we believe that that would hold the ASB school board representative more accountable to the students. And you had some concerns or qualifications that you wanted to voice about that?
Yeah, so, well, I understand where Verde comes from, having it as a elected position to get the most student representation in terms of who's voting for their leaders. I have a few concerns with how that would play out. Popular vote on this campus is exactly in its name, a popular vote, which may not always bring the qualifications that are needed for the board position, which involve a lot of different things, talking to adults, communicating student opinions in a professional way, educating yourself on fiscal documents, on policies for education, state laws even. Those are all certain things you have to just some few examples you have to kind of take on in the board position, and I think there's a lot of that you can't really screen through when you're doing an election. Although not everyone on campus sees our appointed process, I do think that's the most thorough way to screen for our best candidate to represent students. I do agree, though, that our process could be a little bit more transparent, and ASB has actually recently tried to reform it a little bit more to make it as least biased as we can. Seeing all of the candidates' essays beforehand, about 5 days before, without any name on them. So everyone's reading them blindly, limiting bias to see going in, hey, which person's ideas do I like best? It helps screen the opinions of all the people choosing, while at the same time taking into account the blind process of viewing the essay beforehand, which I think really screens out who genuinely cares and who brings the best ideas about change and what they want to do and their qualifications. And then one final thing on top of all of that in our interview is we're having some more broad questions that are on the spot. I don't want to give it away too much, but specifically related to your position, scenario-based questions to see how they would respond in that situation, which I think is something that an election could not bring or screen out those qualifications for the position.